This is Anil with a video tutorial for the LearningLad on C programming. So in this video tutorial we're gonna see a pointer to a pointer. All of you know that a pointer is a variable. It's gonna contain the address of another variable. So a pointer to a pointer is a variable. It's gonna contain the address of another pointer. So if you don't really understand what I'm talking, just follow my examples. You'll come to know about it. So first we're gonna create a variable. Let's call it x, and we're going to assign the value of 10 to that variable. So next we want to create a pointer to store the address of this variable x. To create a pointer we have to use the star operator, and let's call that pointer as p. So now this p is a pointer and it can contain the address of an integer variable. So we're going to assign this p with the value of address of this x. It's going to be ampersand x. Now our p is going to contain the address of this variable x, so we can point to this variable x by using the variable x or by using this pointer p. So now what we want to do is we want to create another pointer and we want to store the address of this variable p in that pointer. That's why it's going to be a pointer to a pointer. So to create a pointer to a pointer, we have to write int, then star star, then the name of the pointer. Let's call it q. So when we specify this star star here, it means that this q is going to be a variable which is going to contain the address of a pointer. So in this case, this q is going to contain the address of this pointer p. To assign the address of p to the pointer q, we have to write q equal to, to get the address we have to use ampersand, then p. That's it. Now we have a variable x with a value of 10, then we have a pointer p which is pointing to this variable x, then we have another pointer called q, and this q is going to contain the address of this variable p. So we can refer this variable x by using the variable x, then by using the pointer p, and then by using the pointer to a pointer q. So how we can do that? Let's see now. So here I'm going to use the printf statement, and I'm going to write x value is %d. I have a new line and refer x. Then again a printf statement, and we're going to say address of x is %u. You might remember in the last tutorial about pointers we used the format specifier %p to format the address, but here when you use the format specifier %p, which prints the address in the format that the host computer uses, but here we want to print this address in the unsigned number format. So that's why we are using this format specifier as %u. Then add a new line. To get the address we have to write ampersand x. The next thing we want to do is we want to print the value of p. That's why it's going to be another printf statement, and we're going to say the value of p is %u. That's because the p is going to contain the memory address of the variable x, and we're going to refer p here. Then we're going to say the address of p is, every variable is stored in some memory address. That's why the address of p is %u. That's because it's the address, and we're going to write ampersand p. So now we're going to use another printf statement. It's going to be printf, and we're going to say the value pointed by the pointer p is %d. That's because it's a value, integer value. Then we're going to write star p, or value at operator with a memory location stored in this variable p. That's going to refer to this variable x, and it's going to print the value of variable x. So now next we're going to write another printf statement, and we're going to say the value of q is percentage u. That's because this q is containing the address of the pointer p. So it's going to be q. That's because this q is containing the address of p. Then we're gonna say, then we're gonna use another printf statement, and we're gonna say the address of q is percentage u, a new line, and we're gonna say ampersand q. And next we're gonna use our last printf statement in this tutorial. It's gonna be printf, and we're gonna say the value of x by using pointer to a pointer, that is q is percentage d, and we're gonna write star star q, which means that give me the value which is stored at this pointer q, that is the memory address of the variable x, that is the value present in the variable p. And next we're gonna use another star, that is value of the address which is stored in this variable p, that is the value which is stored in the variable x, and that is the value 10. So this is it. Now we're gonna save it, compile it, and run it. So now we have the variable x, and this x is containing the value 10. Then the address of x is 2293572. So that is 2293572, and this p is a pointer to this variable x, this p. So this p is gonna contain the value which is the address of this variable x. That's why it is containing 2293572, and this p is also stored in some memory cell, and the address of that memory cell is 2293568. That's why, as you can see here, the address of p is 2293568. Next, the value pointed by the pointer p is, now this p is containing the address of this variable x. That's why the value pointed by this pointer p, that is star p, is the value which is stored in this memory address, that is the value 10. So this star p is gonna refer to this value 10. Then this q is a pointer to a pointer, or this q is a pointer to this pointer p. So the value stored in q is 2293568. This 2293568 is the address of this variable p, and this q is a pointer to this p. That's why this q is containing the address of this pointer p, that is 2293568. Then this q is also stored in some memory locations, and it has some address, that is 2293564. As you can see here, 2293564. Now the value of x using the pointer to a pointer, that is q, is, if you want to refer to this variable x or this value of x by using q, what you have to do is you have to point to this pointer p, or you have to point to the value stored in this pointer p. You can get the value stored in this pointer p by using star q. So now if you use this star q, you will get the address 2293572, but you want the value which is stored in this variable x. So this p is containing the address of this variable x. That's why we're gonna add another star here, and the star of 2293572, or the value at the memory location 2293572, is 10. So that's why we're getting the value x by using the pointer to a pointer, that is q is 10. So this is it. This is how we can use a pointer to a pointer. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next tutorial.